Hi. Okay, now the last step I want to show you is how you rehydrate your food at camp. So here I have my camp kitchen set up in front of us. I have my jet boil, I have my mug, and I have my risotto that I've just recently dried, and it's in the cup here. I also have some yams that I roasted with butter and dehydrated. So I'm going to show you for both of these how I rehydrate them. So I've heated my water in the jet boil. It doesn't need to be all the way to a rolling boil, but usually with a jet boil that's pretty easy. So what you do is you fill the water in the cup. You see that there? It's basically just covering the food and a little bit more. So I'll stir that in there a little bit, put the lid on, and that will sit for about 15 minutes as it rehydrates. So let's do a similar thing with the, this is in a freezer bag, remember, so it's got the expandable bottom. It can stay like that, and the freezer bag can tolerate the hot water. So I'm going to pour the water in until it just covers the food. You might end up sometimes having a little bit of extra water, or you can stir it midway and squish it and add a little bit more if you'd like. So I close up this Ziploc, and because this doesn't have anything to keep it nice and hot, I have a cozy here that I made with some fabric, like some insulated fabric and some leftover Seahawks fabric from a dog bed that I made. So I'm going to slide this inside a cozy. Some heavy-duty aluminum foil will work just as well as a cozy, but this was just a fun thing to have. So this is going to sit there. You can even put your freezer bag into your cap, or wrap it in your sweatshirt or something of that sort. That works just fine. So we're going to let these sit, and in about 15 minutes those will be done. So now I want to show you what these look like once they're done. So here I have risotto that was that looked just like this a few minutes ago, or about 20 minutes ago, and now you can see that it's fully rehydrated, and it looks exactly like and tastes exactly like the food that I put into the dehydrator in the first place, and the volume pretty much reconstitutes the same. And here are the yams that I put in. These take a little bit less time, but they've been in this aluminum foil cozy, and you can see that it went in just a little bit lumpy, so I'm going to squeeze up these lumps. But yams are nice and fast, and they're such a treat. You can put walnuts in here if you'd like. Makes for just a really nice, hearty trail food. I also wanted to show you the lasagna that I rehydrated or dehydrated that you saw a few minutes ago. And I put water in here, and the lasagna is pretty much rehydrated, just to, again, the same sort of consistency that it was before we dehydrated it in the first place. Wanted to mention that if you had enough time, you could take any of these foods and put them in a container like this at lunchtime and put cold water in just to cover, and then put the lid back on, put it back in your pack, and carry it, and in a couple of hours the food will be ready even in cold water. It's just a matter of time. So now I'm going to do a few of my additives that I love to do. This is lemon olive oil, and you can add some really nice mouthfeel by putting some olive oil in, as well as adding a little nice calorie density. And then you can shave a little fresh Parmesan cheese into your meal. I wouldn't probably normally carry this big of a chunk, but it just happened to be handy, and so with shavings of Parmesan cheese, it makes for a really nice dinner. So that's the rehydration process. Enjoy!